Kia ora koutou, Matua Michael here. If you're watching this, it's Monday morning, and it is Monday morning, the morning of our dress rehearsal with our first audience. The whole school is coming today to watch our amazing mahi, our amazing production, The Lion King. And we want it to be the best for our school so they can go away and talk about it and get their whānau to come along and buy a ticket. So today, do your best. Do your very, very best to listen to these notes I'm going to give you about our dress rehearsal last week, so that we can improve. So first of all, we're going to start with the show process at the beginning. At the beginning of the show, before we even start, there is the drummers on stage, and then we will go to kind of like a blackout, and the drummers leave the stage, and then the show begins. It's really important that while the drummers are drumming, you guys are quiet backstage, because on Friday there was a lot of noise backstage, so we need to keep that really, really calm and really, really quiet, because the drummers have actually started the show. So discipline backstage is really important while the drummers are performing. Next thing I'd like to say is the cheetah missed the opening number, the Circle of Life. So the cheetah, you must come in after the giraffe, and you go to that level on downstage left, which is what we talked about, Marlene. So make sure you're there. Bugs missed their entry. So the two bugs, Cameron and Tyrell, you make sure that you come in first. You're the first ones on stage. And Rafiki brings you in, like we rehearsed the other day. Gazelles, you didn't have your heads on, your horns, and that's probably because they weren't pinned on. So we need to make sure that we get those pinned on you, so that you can leap across the stage with your horns on. Giraffe, your stance, while you're standing on stage, just remember that you are giraffes standing, even though you're standing for a while. And remember, when you're excited, you're doing those leg lifts, and you're looking at each other and you're looking at the audience. Just keep alive. Don't go dead on stage for me, because the giraffes still need to be giraffe-like. So leaning forward, straight arms, really, really trying to maintain that giraffe body would be awesome. Matua Muhammad, this is a note for you. For the Circle of Life, at the end of the song, when it goes boom, the Circle of Life, and boom, that's when that lighting effect should happen, and I can talk you through that once I get to school. Scar, you see well, I shall never be king. That was a line that was lost, that beginning of that line. So be clear. This is a lot of the lead characters. Be clear with your dialogue. Make sure it's very articulated well. By slowing down and taking time with your dialogue, then the audience will hear it and understand. Not sure where Zazu was, not sure where Desire Lee was, but I'd just like to say, Te Merenga, congratulations for stepping into the role and playing it on Friday. If you are doing this Te Merenga, just for the future, really, really pay attention to facing the front. Okay, we don't want Zazu's back to the audience. We want Zazu facing forward all the time. So you need to find opportunities where you are always facing forward. And just talk to the people on stage, but you're talking forward to them, and looking at them a little bit and then talking to the front. It's really important. That's for a lot of people, like Simba, Big Simba and Little Simba, always watching forward or talking forward. You're still talking to the character on stage, and you can use your eyes to look at them, and then go back to the audience. You must face forward. If you face your back to us, all we're seeing is the back of your beautiful mask, and we don't see your face. We don't see your expression. So always looking forward. Mufasa, face the front in Scar's cave. Mufasa and Scar, there was no, in your sort of to and fro, your battle with each other in Scar's cave in scene 2, There was no threat there. So we need to really establish the threat that you're making Mufasa on Scar. So lean into him and get close to him, and really make your presence felt. It just wasn't there for that moment on Friday. Ruruvai, congratulations and well done on your professionalism for getting rid of the mouse, kicking the mouse off stage. That's something that you do really well. You're really professional. When things go wrong, you just carry on or find a way to do that. So well done, Ruruvai. The grass choreography was not good. So Miss Maiva and Whaiamiri, if you could, before you do your entry today with the grass, if you could just go through the choreography. It was not flash on Friday. Simba and Mufasa chasing through the grass. I'm not sure what happened there, but it wasn't really working. Well, you weren't there for some reason, and then eventually you were, so I'm not sure what was happening there. And grass, you didn't know when to leave, you didn't know when to come down onto the floor, so you need to know, and Whaiamiri has it in her cue book, when you leave the stage to come down into the audience, so you need to go over that before we do our rehearsal on Monday. What's so great about the water hole? There's always a line that gets a little bit lost, so really, really make a big deal of that karani when you're playing Nala. This is for Simba. You say, well, that would be the first thing to go. You say, that will be the first thing to go to when you're talking to Zazu about being the king. The line is, well, that will be the first thing to go. Not the first thing to go to. It's the first thing to go. Okay, so get that right. Really need to look at the end of I Just Can't Wait to Be King, and where you guys go off. You're going off with the cranes. You sort of go off with the cranes, disguised by the cranes. You run down with them down the ramp, and then you duck out the side so you can get back on stage. Okay? So we can have a look at that again. Elephant's Graveyard set was very slow to come on. I realised there were only 2 of you working that set, so I understand the issues around putting sets on when there's limited people. Please lock the wheels on that rectangular platform. That's really important. And the sun should have been down for that. Scar, this is a line that you say. You might want to work on that little roar of yours. You really race that line every time, and it's very hard to understand. So just work on articulating that line a little bit slower. Wildebeest. Wildebeest, the energy is good when you come in. It's really nice, and I love the way you're using your masks. You're rolling them down. We can see your face and that beautiful makeup that's been put on your face, which is great. Some of you, though, are looking upstage when you're running forward, but you're looking backwards. Don't look backwards. You guys have got to look forward the whole time. Ryder, you were really noticeable. You were turning upstage and looking at what was going on behind you. Please don't. Please look forward. Janaya, you were laughing. You've got to focus. Your character is all about getting away from something that's trying to eat you, right? Something's trying to eat you, so you need to get away from it. So you need to be moving, and your eyes are intense, and you're looking forward and trying to get through the herd and out to the door. So you need to show that on your face. Mufasa, we need to rethink about how you leave the space after your death, because that's not working for me. So I might give that some thought. We might have a little rehearsal. Hyenas in Be Prepared. Sorry, not in Be Prepared. In the morning when the lionesses are at Mufasa's tangi, and they're going Himala, Hamila, 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 ha, ha. When you come in, you've got this ha, 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 that you've got to be doing. That wasn't there. So please do that. Buzzard, where are you? I think we fixed that. I think the buzzard eventually came. So we need to make sure that if Riley's away, that we have someone who's doing the buzzard. I think it was Ella who did it on Friday. Can't remember. Pumbaa and Timon, look at the audience more. React. This is you're kind of like the comic duo in the play. And the more you look at the audience for their reaction, the more funny it is. So try to use your audience to boost your performance and to boost the comedy in the show. Also, Timon, every time Pumbaa, this is something I'm adding in, every time Pumbaa sort of turns his butt towards you, you can always just do a bit of a gesture like, oh, that smells. You know, you don't have to say anything, but just that gesture makes that comedy about Pumbaa smelling really funny. So keep doing that, okay? Timon, your mic was off for some reason. Oh, the bugs. When you came in, you were super cute. Awesome. And that's one thing I need to go and get tomorrow morning is the lollies, the worm lollies. We need to practice with the worm lollies on Monday and Tuesday. So make sure those people who were told they're having the worm lollies to hold them up so that Timon can grab them out of your hands. I'm going to go and get some from the New World in the morning. Don't eat them. They're only for Timon and Simba and Pumbaa. And maybe if you're good, I might get you one later. Hyena characters. Some of you are doing a really great job playing your hyena roles. Awesome. And some of you are slipping out of character. So make sure that you stay in your character, your body shape. Remember your angular body shape. And remember you're laughing. There's got to be more laughing and more energy when you leave the space and when you come into the space with the laughing. Lionesses, placement, the dance. We need to practice your movement, the choreography. Vaini, in the top line, I think this was in Shadowland. Yeah, I think it was in Shadowland. Right at the top, your beautiful lioness sitting right at the top there, but you weren't singing. And all the lionesses must sing when that beautiful big chorus at the end of Shadowland, okay? So you've got to be singing full on. Timon, pouncing, not pouching. Pouncing. So say pouncing, not pouching. Timing, Miss Fire Carol with the drums. Just wait for a couple of seconds before you do the drums. Have a bit of silence so they can relax into the night time, go to sleep, and then all of a sudden there's the drums that wakes them up. Simba and Nala start talking. As soon as the birds leave, as soon as the birds go, the lovebirds go, start your dialogue straight away. After you feel the love tonight. There was a lot of noise backstage after that song. That's what was written down. Timiringa, if you are playing the role of Zazu, you need to make sure that you change your mic with Mufasa because he needs your mic. So Mufasa, the singer, you need to make sure that whoever's playing Zazu, which in this case was Timiringa, you need to get her mic on so that you can have the right mic for when you come back as the ghost, the ghost of Mufasa. Sorry, I got a tickle. The tree on the stage right left too early. For some reason that's been written down. Simba, you came out too early. More, use the ramp more. And you were too soft with your stage whisper. Oh, this is when you come out to Pride Rock, when the hyenas have taken over and you're creeping in and looking around. Use the ramp. Use all the areas. Look out to the audience. Take your time. And your stage whisper when you use Nala. You know, use your breath so that we can hear you. Noise from the hyenas. Make more noise. Scar, slow down in the battle scene with Simba. More character from the hyenas. Jackson was great in that scene. So this is the reaction to what's going on with Simba and Scar at the end. So the lionesses, you need to have more reaction. Simba, the hyenas need more reaction. Just to really, really beef up the tension that is building around Scar's admitting he killed Mufasa. Okay, that is a big deal. Okay, it's a really big deal that he admits that. So make it a big deal. Start of the music after hyenas leave. Sun up with the music. Bows. Bows at the end. Just remember when you come on and remember when you leave. This is one thing I'll say about the bows. Leading characters especially. You are bowing and sitting down too quickly. The audience have come to see this play. They have loved the play. They want to give you the accolade, which is they want to clap and they want to applaud for you. Please stay standing for about 2 to 3 seconds after your bow. Take your bow, smile at the audience, and then sit down. You're getting up, bowing and sitting down straight away, and the audience isn't getting a chance to connect with you, the person who's just performed. So make sure that you're taking time with your bow. Anyway, that's a long enough video of notes. I hope you have a great show today. Give it heaps and stick to the makeup schedule so that we can get our show started at 11 o'clock on the dot. Ka kite for now.